I am making this video so that I can explain all that has happened to me in the past so that those in the future who find this can know more about the past and perhaps stop it. I call myself Prometheus. I used to live in a society that curiosity was a sin and that being an individual was wrong. There was no knowledge of words called me, I, or anything like the sort. In these stories, I read that the parents kept their children and raised them. Not in my old society. We started out in the home of infants till we were 5. Then we went to the home of students. We stayed there until our 15th year, and then we worked. They made us do these things or say these things that I believed that these words were to brainwash us even. Like, we only worked for our brothers and never ourselves. We are no better and no worse than any other, but we cannot improve ourselves. We are all the same, none are different. They make us say these things, they make us say, we are nothing, mankind is all. By the grace of our brothers are we allowed our lives. We must exist through, by, and for our brothers, who are the state. Amen. During our lives we couldn't argue with other children, for then we were locked in a cellar. That cellar might as well have been my home. If we were even tempted to be one of a kind, we were told to say and repeat this until it worked. We are one in all and all in one. There is no man but only the great we, one, individual, and forever. But it is of no help to me. This society hurts us and kills us. In these old books I find in this new home, I see that the old people, the ones in the unmentionable times, live till 90 or even 100. Yet our life expectancy is 40 in the home of the useless. When I was young and curious, I was told that curiosity was a curse. The teachers told me that, but I wanted more. For the lessons were too easy. I was told it was wrong to be more intelligent than my supposed brothers, so we tried to ignore the curse. For the teachers warned me. They told me, dare not to choose in your minds the work that you would like to do when you leave the home of the students. You shall do that in which the Council of Vocations knows is in great wisdom, where you are needed by your brother men better than you could ever know in your unworthy little minds. And if you are not needed by your brother men, there is no use and no reason for you to burden the earth with your bodies. But to me, I was guilty of a great transgression of preference. This was supposed to be a sin in liking other things over certain things, like how I like science over reading or math, but this was wrong because it was a sin. Thing is, I wanted to be chosen to be in the home of the scholars, for my yearn for that place was so big that it kept me up at night and silent out of fears that my brother would hear my happiness. For I so desperately wanted to be in the home of the scholars. But whenever I was 15 and went out to the Council of Vocations, so they could tell me what my forever job would be, they assigned me to the home of street sweepers, and I thought that this would make me happy, because it meant that my sin of curiosity would finally be paid for. And I was happy about that, for I said, as all should say, the will of our brothers be done. Far be it from me to know that it was the start of my newfound freedom. For there I met a man I wish I took with me into exile into this wonderful new land full of freedom. I met a man that was given the name International 4-8818, whose heart was pure and had eyes full of light. He was strong and smiled for no good reason. He wanted to be in the home of the artist, so that he could draw freely. But like me, our dreams didn't matter to others, to our oh-so-loving brothers. We were friends, even if it was wrong, for it was yet again the sin of preference. One day, we found a hole that was hidden. He said not to go down there, but I did it anyway. I knew this place was created by the men before the rebirth, which was the unmentionable times that we knew nothing about, nor were we allowed to think about. Apparently, the man who burned figured out the unmentionable word. I know that that word now is ego, but then I knew nothing about it. Anyway, the hole that became my place in International 4-8818 vowed not to tell anyone about it, as a friend. He let me keep it, and so that place was mine. Down there I learned and answered my own questions about the world. I doubted the things they told me, the House of Scholars, I mean. That the world was flat and the sun revolved around the earth. I explored the world by stealing from my brothers. Science was my love, until I saw her. The name that was given to her was Liberty 5-3000, my most beloved sin. I saw her on a farm and favored her. She was named the Golden One to me, my Golden One. The first day our eyes met, we knew we were meant for one another. The first days when we saw each other, we'd just stare at one another, unflinching, but soon curiosity and love would fill us both. I broke the law yet again. Men should not think about women, but she was on my mind. But she also gave me a reason to live. Soon I looked around to my brothers. They were not happy. They didn't smile for no reason like my friend. They had no reason to live like I did for the Golden One. They had no passions like I had for my science. They had hunchbacks instead of love, drawn muscles for instead of passion, and fear in place to live. Fraternity 2-5503 was a sad one with kind eyes burdened with tears. Then there was solitary 9-6347, who was brave in the day, but night they screamed to be saved. Doctors could not help them. Yet we paid no attention that the doctors could not help them, for out of fear that if they knew that we were afraid, that they would send us in exile to the uncharted forest that had been there since the unmemorable times, where death by starvation and animals hid. But even with that fear, I kept searching for the truth about the world. Then, one day I found lightning that a man could harness. Now I know that humans used to call it electricity, but in that place we were still using candles. I just wanted to show the House of Scholars my box of light, but one day I slipped up, and they found me before I could show them my box. They, the Council of Home, asked me, where was I? And I replied, we will not tell you, so they beat me. But I got away because they did not keep the door locked, for they thought that who would leave the Palace of Correction detention? So I went to the scholars and showed them my box of light. I explained it. I loved it like it was my own child, and I didn't care if I died, for that is how much I loved it. I would die to protect it. They were shocked, and they were very angry. They tried to destroy my precious gift, but I ran. I ran so far and so hard that I didn't know where I was until I was there, and I was in the uncharted forest. At first, I believed it to be a curse, that I was exiled and doomed to die, but soon it became a wonderful gift, just like my box. Then my second beautiful gift came, my Golden One. She'd followed me because she wanted to be with me, and I wanted to be with her. So we walked through the forest, and it kept going until we came to a mountain. There, we found our home, a house on top of the mountain, far away from the rest of the horrible society. It has colors and mirrors and books and so many great things. I am glad to be with my Golden One, and away from them all. Bloopers.
Bloopers, Amy.
Quickly.
One of
us.
Okay.
I can't laugh in the video. Ashlyn.
I'm waiting on you guys.
I thought we were gonna.
I mean, it's still recording, so.
This? Oh. One of us.
I never stopped it. It
magical thing
recorded the
called
whole
editing.
thing.
One of us. One of us. One of us.
Okay, that was good. Okay, can you not?
What did I do? Did I ruin it?
I know it was you, don't it?
It was me.
Why did you do that?
I don't know. It was a joke.
Miss. Well, it's on purpose.
So what if I go like?
Perfect. Should you not throw my stuff?
Yeah.
No, make it try.
I was trying to aim at Eric.
Don't worry, we have evidence. It's all on video.
Oh, okay. No evidence.
Alright,
Tell us when.
Thank you,
for
Ashlyn.
my problems.
One of us. One of us.
I have too many problems.
Oh yeah.
Man, I I like Disney.
Disney?
Disney.
Disney.
Hey, show.
Got them all on videotape.
Pokemon.
I have that one too.
You have Pokemon?
Oh yeah.
Cool.
You can see the green bottom of it.
I don't care.
So you're just gonna push up and then just turn like.
Circle. Stick in circle.
You're laughing.
That's okay. What was that?
Ariana, what the heck?
She just said she liked cheese on her spaghetti. Ew!
Alright, we start.
No,